Hello, this is Rich, and in this task, you're going to learn where entity properties come from and how to change their default values. So we're going to work with this light here. So make sure the light is selected. And as you can see, the default value for the light is white. The color is white. And the radius is massive. It has a 10-meter radius. So let's go to the right-hand side and look at the properties here. You see that the radius is 10. And that the diffuse color is pure white, 255, 255, 255. Beautiful. And you can change all of these properties. Now, for this entity, the properties are held in Lua. See, entities can have a C++ counterpart as well as an optional Lua counterpart. And this particular entity does have a Lua counterpart. So that's what we're going to do. If you scroll down a little bit further, you're going to see that this entity has a script located in the Scripts, Entities, Lights folder called light.lua. All we got to do is click on this Edit Scripts button, and we got the script loaded in our default text editor. Let's take a look at the right-hand side here in CryEngine. And scroll up just a little bit and take a look here. So you can see that the name of the C++ class is Light, or more importantly, C-Light. But we'll talk about that a little bit later in the next tutorial. So the table here in Lua is Light, representing the name of the class. Now inside this entity table here, we have the properties table. Now everything that you want to show up in the CryEngine editor for the entity needs to be inside of a properties table. You can see that we have this beActive here equals 1. You look in CryEngine, we do have an active box, and it's checked, meaning true. 1 is true, 0 is false, obviously. We have radius equals 10, radius equals 10. If we scroll down, we have style table. If you look in CryEngine, we have a style panel. Let's go into the projector table, and in CryEngine, we have a projector panel. Color table, we have a color panel. Options table, and we have an options panel. If you look at the options panel, you can see that we have vCast shadow. Cast shadows is never. Cast shadows is 0. We can look at the shadow bias equals 1. CryEngine shadow bias equals 1. So these are the default values of entities when they're first spawned into the world. When they are changed, they are no longer correspond to this file. They are all held in the entity properties. Let's go ahead and change the default value. So for the radius, we want to be 1. Very, very, very small. Actually, let's go with 5, half the size. And let's change the color. So we find the color diffuse, which corresponds to the diffuse here. And this is a value between 0 and 1. 0 meaning black, 1 meaning white. So we want this to be red. So we'll keep the 1 and make the blue and green, green and blue, 0. So the color will be red by default. Let's right click, see, go back to CryEngine. Very simply, on the roll-up bar, reload your scripts. Because we changed the script file, after we reload, we need to delete our entity and add it back again. Click and drag. You can see that the color of the light is red and the radius is half as big. If you look at the right-hand side, we can see that the radius is 5 and the color is red, 255, 0, 0. And we can, if we want to, override these properties. Make it green if we want. And we could change the radius again if we want. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next task.